Nicole will make landfall on the east coast of Florida tonight into our Thursday morning. And then from there, we are going to see the remnants of it here in New Jersey as we kick off the weekend. It's meteorologist Joe Martucci here. The biggest concern from this, and this is because we're on the right side of the storm, is the potential for severe weather. Damaging winds and tornadoes even are in the realm of possibility. Let's take a look at our tropical tracker right now as we go into our daytime hours. It is a strong tropical storm, maximum sustained winds of 70 miles an hour here, moving to the west at 12 miles an hour. We have a hurricane warning in effect from Fort Pierce up to Melbourne in Florida. Then pretty much the large majority of the state is in a tropical storm warning. Tropical storm warnings extend all the way up to Charleston, South Carolina. The reason why so much of Florida is in this tropical storm warning is because the radius of tropical storm winds is really large. I mean, we're talking about winds that are 39 miles an hour from Charleston into a good portion of Florida, even going down to Miami. Now, the core of that storm where we see winds over 58 miles an hour, that's the more of a strong tropical storm definition, is still pretty small. So that is some good news here. It is going to strengthen into a hurricane as it goes through the Bahamas this afternoon, makes landfall as we go into our Wednesday night, likely around 1 a.m. here, could be around Fort Pierce, and then it goes right into the state here. These are areas that already got impacted by Ian a few weeks ago. They're going to see more wind and rain from this, and then it curves out into the Gulf of Mexico and then back into Georgia and into North Carolina, becoming a remnant storm Friday evening. But we're going to see that remnant storm. Here's a look at our future cast. You see it now getting very close to landfall about 8:30 p.m. Probably going to make landfall around midnight or so. Then just travels throughout the state of Florida all day Thursday, but it expands. That rain expands to the north as we go into Thursday and Friday. This is Friday at 9 a.m. Just staying dry, but that rain's knocking on the doorsteps, and then we're wet for a good portion of Friday afternoon. Does look like we get a break for a period of time during the late evening into the overnight hours here, but then we still see more rain that come into Saturday morning with strong winds. But I would say by 8 or 9 a.m., this is out of here, and then we're dry, although windy, for the rest of the day. So forecasted rainfall totals generally going to be between 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches of rain when all is said and done. That is going to bring flooding issues, but I don't think it's going to be that widespread. The winds look to be the bigger concern here, and I'm more concerned with this as we go forward in time because we are looking to be on this eastern side of the storm. Wind gusts 35 to 40 miles an hour from the south and east as we go into Friday. Strongest winds are going to be Friday night, howling at 50 to 55 miles an hour. According to the forecast in Sea Isle City, Seaside Heights, and all of the shore, even inland areas in the 40s. And then we go into Saturday morning, winds staying gusty, although below the damaging level here. And then that will turn into a generally less breezy day as the day goes on and winds turn to the west here. One thing, too, with the tropics, hurricane season ends officially on November 30th. And this is typically a slow time for any tropical storms or hurricanes to form, but we have had 3 so far spin in the Atlantic hurricane basin throughout the month of November. So for as quiet as we have been to start the season, pretty much right through Labor Day, we're certainly making up for it on the back end of the season.